Hi, my name is Brandy. I've done 2 separate adoptions. My first adoption was with twin girls. My second was with my son. I felt like it was the most responsible thing for me to do, honestly. Um, I was on probation and I was getting in trouble a lot, and I was on my way to prison. I didn't want my kids to be in CPS and not know where they were at. So I felt like that was the best thing, so I can pick the family. I know where they went. I know that they're safe. I can still get pictures and see them and things like that. It made me feel better to make somebody else happy too that also maybe couldn't have kids, or that to make them happy. So when I came back for the second adoption, I felt like coming home. It was welcoming, like oh man, nice to see you again. Like what I mean, it was like a family, like going to a family reunion, kind of like everybody makes you feel welcome always. My kids manager, Jennifer, she's great. She's really supportive. I call her any time of day. Probably I called her in the middle of the night before, woke her up and, Brandy, you're okay. Just calm down. You're all right. Like, it's not time yet. It's probably just Braxton Hicks. And I'm not getting out of my bed right now. It's just they're not real contractions, Brandy. Go back to sleep. And she's awesome. I love her to death. There's been a few times that I've referred a few girls here. I've seen them out on the streets struggling, don't know what they're gonna do. Using. There was one girl sitting on the curb one night and she was bawling her eyes out because she had a substance abuse problem, and she was like 8 or 9 months pregnant, about like due, and she was like, I know my baby's gonna go to CPS and I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I was like, listen, you're out on the street, you have nowhere to go, you're worried about where your baby's gonna go. You don't want your baby to go to CPS. I got you. You feel me? And building Arizona family said that they will help you. They'll get you somewhere to stay. If you want to get off the drugs, they'll help you get off the drugs. Everything, and that was the best choice for her. I just seen her. Honestly, I just seen her like about 2 months ago, like right before, like in November, beginning of November. She was clean, sober, went to school. Like, she's doing really good. So nobody made this decision for me. Like this is probably the most responsible thing I've ever done in my life. Real honestly. Yeah, selfish, like trying to be unselfish. Like, I don't want to be. I know I can't take care of my baby because I'm not gonna be like, I can do this. And this is the best thing for them. Like, if you want to know where your kids are, if you don't want to know where they are, because it's gonna hurt you too much, that's your decision. But ultimately, be responsible. And if you can't do it, realize that being an adult, you feel me, and do the best thing for your baby and the best thing for you. You'll know where your kids are at, and that makes me that helps me to sleep at night. To know that I know where my kids are at and who they're with, and I know they're getting the best of everything that I can't give them.